At 63, Linda never missed her morning coffee. It was her one daily ritual she looked forward to. Rich, warm, comforting. But every morning, she looked down at her midsection and sighed. That soft, stubborn belly fat just wouldn't budge. No matter what diet she tried or how many walks she took around the block, her belly seemed to stick around, like an uninvited guest that wouldn't leave. She had been told by her doctor that it was just age. After all, after 60, it's common to gain fat around the midsection due to hormone changes, slower metabolism, and something most people never hear about: muscle loss. Linda hadn't even realized how much strength she'd lost until the day she struggled to lift her grandson from the floor. Her arms felt soft, her legs stiff, and her energy just wasn't what it used to be. But here's the surprising truth she discovered. It wasn't just about exercise or cutting carbs. Her body wasn't getting what it needed to hold on to lean muscle and burn fat efficiently. And the one thing that changed everything? A spoonful of something she began adding to her morning coffee. At first, it sounded too simple. But Linda learned that this one addition, a scoop of clean, sugar-free protein, could completely shift how her body responded to the rest of her day. She wasn't blending in a full breakfast shake or buying expensive powders. She found a clean whey protein isolate with no added sugars or chemicals, and just stirred one scoop into her black coffee each morning. Why does this work? Because as we age, our body becomes far less efficient at absorbing the protein we eat. Even if you're having chicken or eggs, your aging digestive system might only use a fraction of those nutrients. That means your muscles aren't being fed, and instead, your body starts storing fat, especially around the belly. Protein, particularly whey protein isolate, is one of the fastest absorbing sources, and when consumed early in the day, it triggers your body to preserve muscle and burn fat. Linda's mornings became easier. She didn't feel the sugar crash after breakfast. She didn't reach for snacks by 10 a.m. And most importantly, she started feeling stronger. After a couple of weeks, her jeans fit a bit looser, and her afternoon slumps almost disappeared. It's important to know this isn't magic, it's biology. As we age, we lose something called anabolic sensitivity, the ability of our muscles to respond to food. That's why even active seniors can lose up to 8% of muscle per decade after 50. And that muscle loss leads to slower metabolism, poor insulin sensitivity, higher blood sugar, and of course, more belly fat. By giving your body 20 to 25 grams of high-quality protein first thing in the morning, you flip a switch. You tell your muscles, stay active. You tell your body, burn, don't store. And when that protein is paired with coffee, it becomes even more effective. Caffeine helps stimulate the nervous system, which increases energy and mobilizes fat cells. And when protein is added, you get a powerful metabolic combo. Linda didn't overhaul her life. She still ate the foods she enjoyed, but that one addition in her coffee started a ripple effect. She had more energy for short walks, felt stronger while lifting light groceries, and even began doing light chair exercises twice a week. No gym, no pressure, just small, sustainable change. And it didn't just help her physically, it helped emotionally too. Because when your clothes start to fit better and your energy returns, your confidence naturally comes back. Her doctor even noticed improved blood sugar levels at her next checkup and asked what she was doing differently. Her answer was simple. I started supporting my body instead of punishing it. There's something powerful about starting your day with nourishment. Not just caffeine or toast or cereal, but real muscle-supporting protein. For seniors dealing with stubborn weight, weak muscles, or borderline diabetes, it's one of the most natural ways to turn things around, without giving up your favorite foods or routines. And while some protein powders are loaded with sugar or artificial junk, Linda chose one that was clean, natural, and specifically designed for people over 60. No bloating, no weird aftertaste, just clean support that helped her body rebuild what age was slowly taking away. In part 2, we'll walk through what happened in the next 30 days. We'll show how her belly fat changed, what small foods helped her get even better results, and one mistake she made that nearly slowed everything down, so you don't make it too. In part 2, we'll walk through what happened in the next 30 days. We'll show how her belly fat changed, what small foods helped her get even better results, and one mistake she made that nearly slowed everything down, so you don't make it too. By the second week, Linda noticed something that surprised even her. The cravings were fading. She no longer reached for those mid-morning crackers or the sugary biscuit with her afternoon tea. Her hunger felt different, more stable, more controlled. And when she looked in the mirror, there was a little less puffiness in her face, a bit more shape returning to her arms. But it wasn't just about appearance. The real transformation was happening deeper inside. You see, when seniors over 60 begin losing muscle, it doesn't just affect strength, it lowers your resting metabolic rate. How many calories your body burns doing nothing. That's one reason why so many older adults gain weight even though they eat less. Linda had fallen into that exact trap for years. But now, by simply fueling her muscle tissue in the morning, she was changing the way her body burned energy all day. She was also unknowingly balancing her insulin, the hormone that controls blood sugar and fat storage. By having protein first thing in the morning, with coffee and no sugar, Linda kept her insulin from spiking too early. And when insulin stays stable, your body becomes more efficient at tapping into fat stores, especially the dangerous visceral fat that wraps around the belly and organs. By day 14, Linda's energy lasted longer. She took 2 short walks daily instead of 1. She started adding half a boiled egg and a few nuts to her morning, pairing perfectly with her protein coffee. It didn't feel like a diet. It felt like freedom. There was one moment, however, where things almost went backward. Linda thought she could skip the protein for a few days while traveling. Within 48 hours, she felt the difference. Hunger returned. Her belly felt heavier, and she noticed her legs getting stiff again. That's when she realized this wasn't a quick fix. It was her new normal. She got back on track, packed her protein in a small travel jar, and never skipped again. Within 30 days, Linda's waist had shrunk by nearly 2 inches. She wasn't obsessing over the scale. Her focus was on how she felt: light, clear-headed, strong, and motivated. Her sleep even improved because her blood sugar wasn't crashing at night. Her doctor was impressed. Her blood pressure readings were better. Her A1C levels slightly improved. And for the first time in years, she felt in control of her health. And it all started with one small change: a scoop of clean protein in her coffee every morning. So why does this habit work so well, especially after 60? Because after 60, your body isn't the same. It requires more protein, not less, especially early in the day when the body's anabolic resistance is highest. Most seniors eat a small breakfast, maybe a carb-heavy lunch and protein-heavy dinner. But by then, it's too late. The body responds best to protein in the first half of the day, when your cells are more sensitive to muscle-building signals. This is what researchers call protein timing. And for those with diabetes or insulin resistance, it can also help stabilize glucose responses. Studies show that older adults who start their day with 20 to 30 grams of high-quality protein not only retain more muscle, but also have better weight control and fewer energy dips. Now you might be wondering, what kind of protein should I use? Here's what worked for Linda. Whey protein isolate. It absorbs fast, is low in carbs, and doesn't upset digestion. No added sugar. Most supermarket powders are full of sweeteners that spike blood sugar. Minimal ingredients. 3 to 5 ingredients max. No artificial gums or fillers. Mixes easily in hot coffee, without turning into clumps or foam. She avoided soy-based and casein proteins, which didn't agree with her digestion. And she didn't chase flavor. A simple vanilla or unflavored option was enough. In the end, it wasn't about finding the perfect powder. It was about consistency. That small decision each morning to support her muscles, fuel her metabolism, and reduce cravings gave her the daily edge that turned into long-term change. If you're over 60 and struggling with belly fat, weight gain, muscle loss, or low energy, it's not about doing more. It's about doing the right thing first. So tomorrow morning, before breakfast, before anything else, try adding 1 scoop of clean protein to your coffee. Give your body what it actually needs and let it surprise you. You might just feel the difference in a few days, in your mood, your clothes, and your mirror. Because transformation doesn't start with restriction. It starts with nourishment.